And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Satellite imagery here showing a front that's slowly weakening here and really moving mostly from south to north with a little bit of an eastward progression here, bringing some rain and gusty winds into the central Aleutians there and then northward, but staying mostly west of the Pribilof Islands. Otherwise, got a system down here southeast of Kodiak Island. As you can see, pretty good flow here from southeast to northwest, spreading cloudiness into south central Alaska, especially along the Kenai Peninsula into Prince William Sound, North Gulf Coast, with warmer air pushing in, and snow becoming a rain and snow situation in some areas here, particularly Prince William Sound, Turnagain Armies, and areas eastward here, with clouds extending across the southern southeast coast. Some more clouds up over the eastern interior, and then the upper low aloft here, kind of spinning up in this area with some clouds and areas of light snow associated with that. Forecast for tonight, low pressure really doesn't move much. Stays southeast of Kodiak Island. Front remains off the coast here. Southeast flow will make for a milder night again here over south central Alaska, Prince William Sound, with some rain and snow showers or areas of light rain and snow. Mainly south coast of the Kenai Peninsula, western Prince William Sound to about Cordova. Should stay south of Yakutat, possibly, and then the southern southeast coastal areas here see the best chance of some rain or snow. Dry to the north as this area of high pressure tries to keep that moisture to the south. Light winds, dry conditions, variably cloudy skies to mostly clear here over the southwest interior. And this system out here to the west keeps it wet over the eastern Aleutians, a weak low there near the central areas, and then dry with light winds back to the west. And most of the wind and moisture with this front staying out here over the northwest Bering Sea. And for tomorrow, this portion of the front breaks up, but enough moisture left around for clouds and areas of light rain, fog, and drizzle for Nikolsky eastward across Unalaska Island to the extreme western Alaska Peninsula, False Pass in those areas. Right on the edge of the precipitation, I should say the light precipitation here for the Pribilof Island areas. And Adak-Atka westward, mostly dry with light winds and a lot of clouds. Different story here from the Seward Peninsula and Norton Sound area all the way down in toward Kuskokwim Bay. Could see a fair amount of clearing there. And this weak low off the western Arctic coast keeps clouds and areas of light snow or snow showers or flurries through much of the area up in there. And still looking at that front, as you can see tonight, really breaks up here, and we've got a trough swinging in to the North Gulf Coast, and that will keep it wet and cloudy there, but the rainfall precipitation cutting off there, probably western Turnagain Arm and in the Coast Range, with nothing really getting in the Copper River Basin. Definitely nothing. Dry day, maybe some sun breaks there in the Tanana Valley. And for the Panhandle, just a risk of a snow shower there around Elfin Cove or so. Otherwise, staying dry. And then for the day on Monday, dry weather continues with variable clouds for the southeast coast. Southeast flow here off the Gulf keeps moisture chances elevated for the North Gulf Coast on down to probably looking at some periods of rain for Kodiak Island. A little bit of a break between this moisture and the next moisture. This front kind of links up here over the Alaska Peninsula for periods of rain with mixed conditions. The snow, of course, on the higher elevations of the peninsula there. Interior looking really good. High pressure setting up there over the Brooks Range, North Slope. Light winds there. And a lot of clearing here in the northern interior valleys. Variably cloudiness down to the south, but dry. And northern Bering Sea, looking at a little bit of an increase in the northeast winds here from St. Lawrence Island southward. Maybe some snow shower activity there around the Pribilof Islands. Wet for the Alaska Peninsula. Another front out here keeps pretty good chance of some rain or snow for Adak and Atka. And then on the day Tuesday, those northeast winds continue to increase here over the northern Bering Sea off to the southwest there. It'll push colder air down, so look for some snow showers or shimmy and add two mixed rain and snow showers, Adak and Atka. Then this system here south of Nikolsky has southeast flow ahead of that, so that'll be rain here for the Alaska Peninsula as well as Unalaska areas, and then low pressure right over Kodiak Island. That's good for Not too bad on the winds, but look for a lot of clouds, fog, drizzle, definitely IFR conditions there. And the front right up along the North Gulf Coast. Looks like a wet few days coming up for the North Gulf Coast, but nothing heavy as far as precipitation goes. And it won't make too much northward progress hanging up in the Coast Range. The Copper River Basin, dry all the way up through the interior here. Maybe a few flurries there over toward Arctic Village and the Brooks Range, high pressure and pretty good conditions for the North Slope there. And the southeast coast, a little breezy with better chance of some rain or snow across the entire area. Lows tonight, upper teens around Haines and Skagway to, let's see, that's a mid-30s down there. We're Prince of Wales Island, around 10 degrees in the Copper River Basin, 20s south central Alaska. Upper 30s for Kodiak and 10 to 20 for the Bristol Bay Zone. And for the highs tomorrow here, eastern Kuskokwim Valley into the western Alaska Range, anywhere from 10 to 15. And upper 20s to mid-30s for the Bristol Bay area, lower 40s, Kodiak, Seldovia, Homer. 30 to 35, or actually lower to mid-30s or so. Some areas a little warmer for the south central Alaska area. Lower 20s, Copper River Basin, and highs in the lower 30s to lower 40s for the southeast coast, followed by lows on Monday morning here, 20s and 30s for the Panhandle, and around 10 degrees in the Copper River Basin. 20s south central Alaska, but well above freezing. Low of 37 for Homer, about the same for Kodiak, and 20 in the 20s for Bristol Bay. Highs, lower 40s, Kodiak, mid-40s around Homer, and mid to upper 30s now for the Susitna Valley into the Kenai Peninsula. Mid-20s for the Copper River Basin area, lower 40s for Seward, and mostly in the 40s now. Warming up for the southeast coast. Up to the north, generally below zero through much of the interior tonight, with anywhere from 20 to 30 below for portions of the North Slope. Highs tomorrow, edging up above zero all the way up to Tanatuvik Pass, Arctic Valley, about 6, and into the mid to upper teens for the Tanana Valley, a little chillier out here to the west. And the lows for Monday morning, still falling below zero through much of the Tanana Valley areas, all the way up to the Arctic coast, out to the Seward Peninsula and St. Lawrence Island. And that'll be followed by highs pushing 20 degrees in Fairbanks, and some areas in toward the Alaska Range, well into the 20s there, Eagle 21, and even warmer all the way up to the North Slope and the Arctic coast, but still below zero in those areas. Out west, lows tonight, mid-20s for the Pribilofs, in the 30s for the Aleutians, upper 20s near 30 for the Alaska Peninsula, anywhere from 5 below to 8 above for the southwest coast. Highs for Sunday afternoon, 10 to 15 for the southwest coast, and up near 40 for the Alaska Peninsula, central eastern Aleutians, upper 30s out toward Shemya. Lows the following morning, staying above freezing here for the entire Aleutian chain and the Alaska Peninsula, upper 20s for the Pribilofs, but still kind of chilly there along the Yukon Delta coast and Nunivak Island, followed by highs, upper teens for those areas, and near freezing for the Pribilofs, and upper 30s to lower 40s for the Alaska Peninsula and the Aleutians.